Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise, I'm an intuitive, I'm a reader of the cosmic weather, and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week and how you can best navigate yourself through the week. So, my beautiful friends, can you even believe we are in November? And it's like, we were going along the road and it's like, okay, right turn, November. And it's a little bit of a continuation of energy of where we've been with a little twist. Yeah, so every month carries a different vibration. This whole year, the vibration is very, I don't want to call it erratic, but it's big and it's powerful and it's like warning, warning, da-da, warning, warning, da-da, transform, evolve, step up, grow. And November, December, there's some big energy coming through, but it's not like we're not prepared for it and we don't know. We're kind of used to this energy now, right? We're used to the depth of the ocean that we're swimming in. Yeah, so the tone of November is there's definitely a lot going on. There's definitely some big energies and some lots of kind of quite big cosmic shifts and changes. But I feel like we're super prepared for it. And I feel like there's an element of kind of calm in us that it's going to be okay. We're going to go through it okay because of this kind of calmness that we have, what the whole kind of year so far has prepared us for. So the biggest highlight that we have coming up this week is we have a super moon in Taurus. It's the second super moon in a group of 3, and a super moon means that it's closer to Earth, so it should be, hopefully, you're going to see it's going to be more dramatic and its influence is more dramatic when it's a super moon. So let's think, what is a super moon? It's, it's all about illumination, revelation, shining the light on something, culmination. It's like the end, of a cycle. And it's in Taurus. But I don't feel like, sometimes full moons can be super emotional, we can be really sensitive and all over the place. I don't feel like that so much with this super moon coming in. It feels much more grounded. It feels a lot slower. And yes, there is going to be kind of, illuminations and revelations and, light, a beautiful big light shining on things that maybe we need to look at and see. But it's done in this kind of like, okay, yeah, I've got this. I know that that's there, and thank you for that light. And yep, it's quite a grounded energy this week. It's quite grounded, it's quite slow, like we're in that scorpionic season, so yes, it's deep, and yes, it's quite soulful, but we're learning to flow with it rather than, resisting it. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of different things going on in the cosmic weather this week, but that's the one. That super moon is the one that kind of, I feel like, it's going to be the real highlight of the week. So what can you do this week to work with that energy and to make sure that that super moon, brings you the gifts rather than, knocks you over? So stay grounded. Tune into the energy of Taurus, which is kind of, it's slow and steady, nurturing self with wholesome food, staying grounded, doing our breath, yes, doing our normal journaling, but it's kind of like the energy that I feel, it's like really be open to receive rather than do, like kind of hold your presence, yeah, and kind of be in that beautiful receiving mode of the energy of this full moon, like open to, okay, what are the gifts that are coming through? Find some stillness. Yeah, we've become as humans so kind of accustomed to this constant external dopamine hits from freaking anything and And Taurus energy is different. This full moon is different. It's like, come back to stillness, come back to center, come back to quiet. You know, maybe don't listen to the podcast on the walk. Just be quiet, be mindful, become aware of where your mind's going. Yeah. And as I said, like that, be in that open of kind of receiving, rather than, you know, what can I be achieving? Yeah, there's like, can you feel that shift when I say that? That's the energy of this week. Yeah, I wrote some little notes here because there was a couple of things that really came clear, and it was like, as I say, I put here, stand in your stillness, quietness of what you've become so far. That's a real big one for this week. Yeah. Like, yeah, the biggest thing that I can say to you this week is stay with you, stay with quiet, stay with stillness, stay with grounding. Mercury is about to go retro, so, you know, next week the energy is a little bit more testing of us. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful next week. So this week, let's kind of just get really grounded in ourselves. Like, let's not get to the end of this week and before we go into a challenging week already feel challenged. No. Let's look after, let's nurture, let's eat some good food, let's be grounded, let's be in stillness, let's be quiet, let's sleep. Think of the Taurus, they love their sleep and they love their food. Yeah? Think of Scorpio, deep, real, raw. Yeah? Come into this depth of you. Yeah? Stand quietly with who you've become already. Let all of that old energy catch up to now. Have this week of kind of like recalibrating and kind of just getting yourself back grounded before, as I said, next week, Mercury's going retrograde right at the end of this week. That will kick in next week. We've got some testing energy and we're going to have to like be super aware. Yeah. And it's kind of, maybe it's like the full moon has like a bit of a later impact. Yeah, because I don't feel like this week it's going to get us in that way, but maybe it's like its aftermath will. Yeah. So tune into the things that you could do for you this week that would keep you in that beautiful space. You know, slow it down. Get grounded, get nurtured, nurture self, stillness, quiet, turn off the noise, stop overstimulating yourself with everything. Lean into you, lean into stillness. Yeah, I feel like it's a really beautiful week. Did I write anything else over there? I never put notes for this, but this week I was like, I wanted to. Like, the affirmation that I put for this week was, I receive with gratitude, I move with clarity, I trust the becoming of my rhythm. All of this is in the written. I'm just looking at the written over there. It's all there. You can read this, you can journal, there's journal prompts, you can write around this. If you're not signed up to the newsletter, it's really easy. Hop on the website, Sarah Louise Live, and just sign up. You'll get a weekly written forecast. Some people like that because they like to work with it, you know. There's journal prompts. It goes into a little bit more, you know, methodically what's coming rather than me rambling. I've got here, and these were the channelings coming through around this week. Like, the world isn't asking more of you right now. It's asking you to become what you already are. So as I said, you know what I was saying, like, let all that energy catch up with, you know, we've been so much behind us, like in the last few months, like digging deep, doing the work, unraveling, you know, detoxing, you know, all that stuff. And now it's like, okay, let all of that catch up, and it takes a little bit of time. This week it will catch up. That beautiful full moon will come in with its illuminations. We're going to be nice and grounded. Oh, here comes the thunder. We're going to be nice and grounded, nice and steady, ready for next week. And next week is where it kind of steps into a little bit of like, ooh, ouchie, ouchie, let's be aware energy. So let's enjoy it before it comes, a little bit like it is now. There's a big storm brewing outside, and I can feel there's this like calmness before the storm. It's just like these little rumblings, but they're, you know, they're just little, but I know what's coming, and that's kind of the energy of this week, right? Next week there's some storms brewing. So right now it's like, oh, the calmness before. Enjoy it. Love that. Yeah. I send you so much love. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.